Good morning, here are the developing stories. I am Timile Faladi. The first batch of Nigerians fleeing Sudan through Egypt have arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, after nearly 2 weeks of assurances by the federal government. The Air Peace flights carrying over 270 Nigerian students from Osrc Airport in Egypt first landed at the airport with a Nigeria Air Force jet conveying about 80 persons following closely behind. Since April 15, Sudan has been plunged into armed conflict with clashes between rival factions of the nation's military government breaking out in western Sudan, in the capital city of Khartoum and in Darfur. The inaugural session and commencement of pre-hearing conference of the National and State Houses of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal for Ondo State has been fixed for today, 4th of May. A statement by the Secretary, National and State Houses of Assembly Election Petition Tribunal for Ondo State, Musa Adamu, said the venue of the tribunal is Court Number 2 of the Ondo State High Court Complex, Akure. Sitting began an hour ago. 3 suspected members of a syndicate that specialize in tampering and stealing prepaid meters and selling same to unsuspected members of the public have been arrested by the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), following a sustained intelligence and the flagging of some reported stolen prepaid meters by the Corps. One of the flagged stolen meters was recovered at the point of recharging by the buyer. According to Daniel Aidamebo, NSCDC Public Relations Officer, Ondo State Command, the buyer's statement led to the arrest of a suspect at Oda Road, Akure. Mr. Aidamebo said 2 members of the syndicate are presently at large and effort is on to apprehend them. He added that the suspects already will be charged to court. Suspects will be charged to court after the completion of investigation. Citizens have called for fair treatment of pressmen while discharging their duties. Omoriola Hungbiji x-rays the various humiliations and harassments meted out to media practitioners in the discharge of their duties and the expectations from the incoming administration at restoring dignity to the pen profession.
These are few of the ugly scenes journalists encounter in the discharge of their duties, from verbal assault to battery, humiliation, and other demeaning treatments. Media practitioners who are trained to inform, educate, and set agenda for government and society are constantly exposed to these physical and emotional tortures without justice.
Somebody has been on the road for how long? You are coming to talk about that? Very stupid.
This year's World Press Freedom Day, with a theme, Shaping a Future of Rights, freedom of expression as a driver for all other human rights, is celebrated globally to highlight the difficulties journalists face in the line of duty. A renowned journalist, Laigi Dadu, while reacting to how media practitioners are being subjected to in society, said it was time that professionals were allowed to do their job according to their oaths.
You hear today a journalist is brutalized, a media man is attacked, a media camera broken. We are not free. The government across the continent, they are merely deceiving us. There is nothing like press freedom, but we actually need press freedom. Without press freedom, there won't even be human rights. In a situation whereby someone who is actually supposed to fight for you, he too is not actually free. So, where is the human right? There won't be any human right since the press is not free. Then the society will not even move forward without a free press.
Chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, Ondo State Chapter, Leke Adegbite frowned at the danger media practitioners are exposed to and sought total freedom of agencies controlling the profession to allow effective delivery of their duties.
We still have challenges in the areas of regulatory bodies. The regulatory bodies such as Nigerian Press Council, National Broadcasting Commission, and so on, we believe that there is need for government to make them independent. They want them to be independent of the minister of information, whoever that is minister. We want them to be independent of the president. So there is need to kind of amend the law setting up these regulatory bodies so that the professionals will be able to be in charge.
A legal practitioner, Tokpeti Mokun, suggested constant agitations for freedom of speech, not just the pressmen, but every citizen.
There's something like press freedom. What we can have at every situation under every regime is concession. When people rise up to make demands, they get concessions. If people don't agitate for right to freedom of expression, even under the most democratic regime, they will still be denied press freedom.
Meanwhile, media professionals are expected to always respect the ethics and the law that guide the profession to gain the required respect in society. Omoriola Hungiji, Osrc News.
The Senate has approved the 22.7 trillion naira advances taken from the Central Bank of Nigeria by the federal government. It was sent to the Senate last year by President Muhammadu Buhari. The loan was given by CBN to the federal government to enable it cater for short-term or emergency finance to fund delayed government's expected cash receipt or deficit. The upper legislative chamber also approved the sum of 180 billion naira, being the balance of the supplementary budget and interest accrued on the loan. Senate urged the federal government to expedite action on the repayment of the loans through treasury bills and bond issuance. And now to sports, an early goal from Abdel Mali has secured a 1-0 win for Morocco against the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria in the second Group B game at the 2023 on the 17th Africa Cup of Nations in Algeria. Both the Eaglets and Morocco went into the game on the back of victories against Zambia and South Africa. With just 2 minutes into the game, Mali broke the deadlock with the Moroccans, which the Moroccans held till the end of the game. The Eaglets will take on South Africa, will beat Zambia 3-2 in the final Group B game on Saturday. The 4 teams that qualify for the semi-final of the Under-17 AFCON will clinch the ticket for the FIFA World Cup. And those are the developing stories. Thank you for watching. Good morning.